An essential and often overlooked storytelling device in filmmaking is lighting. At its most basic level, lighting is necessary to properly illuminate the subjects so that they can be seen. Among many other uses, lighting is also utilized to create mood, add depth, and mold believability for the audience. Lighting does all of these things through its characteristics of direction, quality, quantity, and color. The importance of lighting may be a new idea for you, and that's somewhat by design. Good and effective lighting is supposed to go largely unnoticed, as it molds the viewer's interpretation of the characters and story. The direction of light indicates to the audience the place and time of a scene. Think of where light comes from in real life, from the sun or moon, overhead ceiling lights, or table lamps to name a few. All of these common light sources come from different heights and therefore cast different shadows. Real-life lighting sources and the direction they come from need to be replicated to increase the believability of a scene. Unexplainable lights that the audience can't determine the source of can be very distracting. Light can also be strategically directed at specific props or subjects to emphasize their importance and make them stand out. In this way, the direction of light can be used to guide the attention of the audience.
I'll be dead and gone.
Quality of light refers to the hardness or softness of shadows. Light quality applies to shadows created by everything in the scene, and in particular, the features of a subject's face. Shadows that have sharp, defined edges are called hard light. Hard lighting tends to look gritty, intense, and dramatic.
I'm afraid this is finally something you can't talk your way out of.
The edges of shadows in soft light are very diffuse. Soft lighting wraps around a subject, eliminating most of the shadows. Soft light looks more gentle, warm, and flattering.
Talk about things you like to do.
The amount of light in a scene is called a quantity. Light quantity, or intensity, can affect how well a subject is seen as well as create mood. Consider, for example, a noir film versus a sitcom. Both utilize light quantity to shape their stories, but do so in dramatically different ways. Scenes with striking contrast, many shadows, and dark tones are lit with low-key lighting. Low-key lighting creates a very dramatic, mysterious, or even sinister effect, and is one of the distinguished aesthetics of noir. Low-key lighting is made with only a few lighting instruments, which are strategically placed to exaggerate shadows and isolate subjects. High-key lighting, on the other hand, is very bright, flat, and generates minimal shadows. This type of lighting creates a sense of lightheartedness, happiness, beauty, and comedy, which is why it is often used in sitcoms.
It's not my place to speak for the consumer, but everyone should buy it.
You may have noticed that while some films or scenes seem to have normal color, others are tinted blue, orange, or some other hue. These colors are used to influence the way the audience feels about the story or subjects. Color applies to filmmaking because every source of light, from the sun to a fluorescent bulb, emits a different color. Color in filmmaking is measured in degrees Kelvin, where the colors correspond to temperature. The low end of the Kelvin range corresponds to orange, the middle is neutral or normal, and the high end is blue. Even though color is measured in temperature, the way it's described in the scene is different. Oranges, for example, have a low Kelvin degree, but make a scene seem warm. This is because orange reminds us of warm things, such as the sun or heat. Incandescent household lighting emits an orange light as well, which can feel cozy and inviting. Blues, on the high end of the Kelvin range, are described as cool. Cool colors remind us of water and sky, or even ice and snow. Blue can be used in scenes to invoke a futuristic, calm, distant, or literally cold feeling.
We must get up the mountain!
Cameras determine color through a function called white balance. Make sure you properly set the white balance every time you shoot, relocate, or when the lighting situation changes.
Did you get all that, baby?
Yeah.
The characteristics of light combine to craft the story. Though it may be easy to overlook for beginners, lighting is a huge part of filmmaking and cinematography. New filmmakers should get into the practice of analyzing how movies utilize light, as well as conceptualizing ways to apply lighting strategies into their own work.